Hi everyone. India is gearing up for an exciting year in 2025 with over 55 new car launches set to hit the market. But beyond the glitz and glamour of new vehicles, these launches tell us a deeper story about where the Indian economy is headed. In today's video, we'll dive into what these car trends reveal about the economic aspirations, income distribution, and spending habits of Indians. Plus, we'll take it a step further. We'll link it to income tax data and try and paint a comprehensive picture of India's financial future. Stick around and let's get started. So, 55 new car launches in the year. That's more than 4 car launches every single month of the year. Now, broadly, I will divide these car launches into 4 segments. First will be the affordable cars, which is average price tag of close to 6-7 lakhs. Second will be the mid-segment cars with an average price tag of about 15 lakhs. Third will be affordable luxury with average price tag ranging from 25 to 35 lakhs. And then the top end of the market, the luxury cars, which will have an average price tag of more than 55-60 lakhs. So, what do the numbers tell us? What are the plans which the manufacturers have? Let's start with the affordable cars. Affordable cars priced at average of 6-7 lakhs account for about 14.55% of the planned launches, which is 8 cars out of the 55 planned launches fall in this segment. While the absolute number of car launches is very small, this segment remains essential for first time buyers, rural consumers, and people on a tight budget. What are the reasons because of which this segment is shrinking? Well, there are 2 reasons. From a manufacturer's point of view, this is a segment which has the smallest profit margins possible, and it remains a volume game. If you don't have enough robust volumes on this segment as a manufacturer, you can't really make profits on this. Secondly, rising input costs for steel, semiconductors, also the rising norms of safety and all are making it more and more difficult for the manufacturers to produce cars in this price range. However, the demand for small cars remains robust with a Maruti Alto, Renault Kwid, Tata Tiago, etc. selling in good numbers. The demand remains very robust in tier 2 and tier 3 cities of the country. So, if you are a car manufacturer in the country, you cannot really afford to miss this segment and miss out on the volumes which this segment has. The second segment is the mid segment cars, which forms about 40% of the launches. 22 out of 55 car launches will be in this segment, where the price will range between 10 and 20 lakh per car. Now, these cars are an eclectic mix of hatchbacks, sedans, as well as so called C SUVs. Now, if you're a manufacturer, you would want to have a product which is slightly more profitable as well as with enough demand available. This segment fits the bill perfectly. There's a lot of demand in this segment. Even a lot of first time buyers are going straight to this segment rather than the affordable segment. The rise in this segment, in the mid segment launches, reflects a steady expansion of India's middle class, particularly in urban areas. Manufacturers are focusing on this segment because it offers a balance of affordability and premium features which resonate with aspiring Indian buyers. Almost every buyer I know today wants a sunroof. Practical or not is a separate question. They would want features like 6 airbags as standard. They would want features like cruise control, which even 10 years back were available only in the luxury segment of the cars. One more factor playing a very, very pivotal role is the abundant availability of financing options and the willingness of Indian consumers to buy their cars on installments. A study shows that almost 95% of cars sold today are sold basis the affordability of the EMIs and not the price tag as such. Next up, base luxury cars form 34.55% of the launches. With an average ticket price of 35 lakhs, this category targets aspirational consumers. This segment appeals to professionals and entrepreneurs who are upgrading their lifestyle and hence upgrading their vehicles, who this consumer is not afraid to flaunt their success. The influence of global exposure and the evolving preferences is significant. Here, the brand plays a critical role. Also, in this segment, you start getting the features of the super premium cars. You start getting all kinds of creature comforts, be it the best in class music system, be it the best in class climate control air conditioner, be it adaptive cruise control, be it the 7 and 9 speed automatic gearboxes. The traction on of these cars surprisingly is coming not only from the urban centers, which is the metros and the large cities, but also from a lot of tier 2 towns like Raipur, like Kolhapur, Solapur, like Vijayawada and a Cochin. Lastly, the high-end luxury cars. Before we get into the launches, can you guess how many people in the country filed an income tax return with taxable income of more than 1 crore in FY 23-24? 3,000? 4,000? 10,000? You'll be surprised to know. 2,27,000 people in India filed their returns with a declared taxable income of more than 1 crore. Imagine 2,27,000 people earning more than a crore a year, and that is what is declared. So, coming back to the high end luxury cars, these high end cars carry a ticket size of an average a crore and above. High end luxury cars represent 10.9% of the launches. These cars cater to that small but growing segment of the ultra wealthy individuals. This segment focuses on bespoke features, exclusivity, and brand name. Yes, these individuals who earn well are now flaunting it. As we can see, the bulk of the launches are in the mid segment and the base luxury segments, which forms close to 80% of the market. Now, if you look at the income tax data, what does it tell us? In 2023-24, the total number of returns filed was 7.5 crore returns, out of which an absolute 78% of the returns were filed with an income of between 0 and 10 lakh rupees. 6.3 crore returns were filed in this space. So these 78% taxpayers or 6.5 crore taxpayers, they are the target segment for the affordable and the mid segment car buyers. Another 12% taxpayers earn between 10 and 100 lakhs, which form the backbone of the mid segment and the base luxury car buyers. And the top 0.5% align with the high end purchases. So, what does it tell me about the economy? One, the aspirations are rising, and with the growing upper middle class, with the growing salaried segment, there is a noticeable shift in spending patterns. There is a noticeable upgradation of lifestyle improvements. Look at any real estate project today. Three bedrooms are selling out faster than two-bedroom apartments. This is nothing but lifestyle upgradation. And as incomes grow, there will be a noticeable shift towards the aspiration levels rising, the spending levels rising. But there is a one more trend which really is reflecting the increasing income polarization. The sheer number of people in the base segment, the affordable, the 0 to 10 lakh segment, that's close to 85% people. People earning more than 10 lakh is close to 1.2 crore people in the country. 1.2 crore people in a country of 140 crore, 1% population. That's 1% population. Now they are actually pulling ahead economically simply because they're earning more and their basic needs, the cost of the basic needs remains the same. They are spending more and more on investments, they're buying more and more assets, and they are pulling out economically. The other segment, which is earning less than 10 lakh, which forms close to 6.3 crore tax filers, or roughly 5% of the population, though their standard of living is also increasing, they are unable to create wealth as such. You might say there are limitations, that income tax data does not reflect the actual state of the economy, and that's true. The actual number of people earning a lot more than this is very high. People who don't file income taxes is very high, but well, we work with the data we're given, and that also tells me that the trends are shifting. Though the overall standard of living is going up, the polarization is also increasing. It's also evident from the simple fact that if you look at people earning more than 1 crore, their average income is 2.83 crore. Whereas people earning less than 10 lakh, their average income is close to 5 lakh. So a 6.3 crore people earn an average of 5 lakh a month, and the top 0.5%, which is people earning more than a crore, they earn 2.83 crore annually, a multiplier of more than 78 times. Wow, that's a big multiplier. And that's multiplier is only calculated on averages. Car makers themselves are very smart bunch of people. They do a lot of market study, do a lot of economic analysis before they decide on launching a few cars, what kind of car they want to launch, what price segment they want to target. They do all this analysis before they, make that capital investment. What can we infer from the income tax data and the car launch data? Where do we see Indian economy going in 2025? Well, a few things are for sure. The first one is the consumer confidence is rising in India. This can be concluded simply from the increased launches in the premium segments, that the fact that affordable segment is seeing only very, very limited number of launches. So this tells me that the consumer confidence in the country is expected to remain very, very high. Second, the spending patterns of the Indian economy and the consumer is changing. Today, the consumer is not afraid and, in fact, even willing to spend on discretionary items like cars. They're not afraid of spending money on upgrading their cars. They're not afraid of spending money on vacations. The shift from savings to consumption is happening. The third part, the Indian consumer today is much more integrated to the global economy. A lot of this 10 lakh plus income segment has traveled to a foreign country at least once in his lifetime. India today is the fourth largest economy. India is a very large exporter today. So India's influence on the world stage is increasing, and also that is attracting a lot of international automobile majors to enter the country. Ford is re-entering the country. Bentley and Ferraris of the world see India as a key market to their business, and so do a lot of other luxury consumption brands. So that all tells me in totality that the Indian consumers' confidence will remain high in 2025. The second thing which I can gather from the car launches is the increased polarization of wealth. The affordable segment is getting more and more marginalized. 8 out of 55 car launches is nothing for that segment. The rich are indeed getting richer. The wealthy segment, the well-to-do segment, the middle class divide is indeed growing. Third, 55 car launches, 4 car launches a month tells me that the Indian infrastructure is improving by leaps and bounds, especially the road network. Increasing EV vehicle launches and increasing EV vehicle adoption, supported by government incentives, supported by improving charging infrastructure, also is a very, very good point to note. So, infrastructure development, whether it is roads, whether it is charging infrastructure, EV infrastructure, everything is improving. The fourth point which I can gather from this is that India is slowly and steadily moving from savings led economy to a consumption first mentality. Whether it is the fact that 96% of the cars today are financed during its purchase, whether it is due to the fact that the credit card spends are at an all time high and the balances are at an all time high. So India's shift to a consumption-led economy is happening, wherein savings are taking a backseat. This is good for the country in the short run. We have seen what has happened to export-led economies when the export demand has slowed down. With the increasing consumption, India's domestic demand will be ample enough for the economy to grow for at least the next decade. That's what I personally see. So, in conclusion, the car launch trends for 2025 reveal much more than just new vehicles. They tell us a story of a rising middle class, aspirational spending, and a consumption driven economy. But they also highlight the need for inclusive growth and the need to bridge the gap between affluent and the budget conscious consumers. India's journey is going to be exciting in 2025, no doubt, but it will also remain a delicate balancing act. So, what are your thoughts on India's economic trajectory? Do these car trends reflect the reality you see around you? That we are moving from a simple, affordable entry level cars to more budget, premium, consumption driven economy? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into India's economic stories, stock analysis, and my musings on everything related to finance and economy. Have a great time.